Have you envisioned yourself with more than just a career? Do you want to contribute to the development of your country and world over? University of Kigali Master's Programs brings you much more than just education. It creates an impact with certainty of bettering your career prospects and intellectual enrichment. Our courses are market-driven and conform to global competitiveness. We have highly qualified and international experienced professors and doctors committed to offer to the University of Kigali students quality learning and experiences guided by the most recent theories and practices. Enroll for May intake to choose from a wide range of master's programs in different fields of business, economics, information technology, public sector management, and education. For more information, contact us via the address on your screen. University of Kigali. Labor for the future.
Good afternoon to the members of the House, both the government and the opposition, and we'd like to greet the esteemed Speaker of the House and the esteemed panelists. So my name is Aquarius Alfred, and I'm the Prime Minister of the government, and here is the Deputy Prime Minister, Mr. Confident. And the motion that we're going to be debating on today is that this House believes that online education is better than traditional education. So let me first start by giving the definitions of these terms in the motion. First of all, online. When I say online, I mean that it's taking place over the internet. And education can be defined generally as a process of receiving or giving systematic information that improves a person's or people's understanding of a given subject. And traditional is can be defined as having been long established or something that is already existing. So this House or the government believes that studying by using the internet or over the internet, either live or not, is much better than having to travel to classes and being present in class physically. So the reason why the government believes that online education is factually better than traditional education is that it's more efficient. I'll take you in a minute. It's more efficient than traditional education in that students or the educator can have a wide variety of tools to use while delivering the material to the students, either through videos or educational videos over the internet, or he can use or she can use PDFs as written form of delivering the material, or they can use audio through either podcasts or audiobooks. You had.
Honorable Prime Minister, how do you expect one to learn over online? Like you say, it is goes on by internet, how do you expect a student to learn online with the ads that pop with pornography and other interrupting things for a student who is not so much attracted for this education?
Okay, so there are tools to study online. For example, I'm going to give an example of the University of Kigali. They have a system called e-learning platform. There are no ads on that institutional website, so you won't be bothered by these inconvenience, as you say, ads, and also we expect the students to have a level of discipline. So when you're studying, you're not going to be wanting to go for light, as you say, to watch pornography by then, which is very, very uncharacteristic of students that have discipline. So that is not really a problem. Saying ads, there are tools for that. I'll take you a second. Another point of why we think that online learning is better than traditional is accessibility of time and place. So learning via the internet, the student can access the educational material wherever they are at any time and place. So we know that it's a problem that has been long-standing in traditional education, where students can say that they missed the class because, for example, they were further from the university, so they couldn't physically attend because it was impossible given the distance between them and the university. But now you can't say that because there is the internet. So this, we say that it is more efficient, more accessible, by within the construct of saying that the internet that they are using is as best as it can be. So given the fact that the internet is at its peak, so you're not going to say I couldn't access the internet because it was slow. The government assumes or expects the opposition to debate within these boundaries that the internet is as good as it can be. So another argument or another fact that we base our saying that online education is better than traditional is that it is much more affordable. It is a known fact that attending schools, especially in like Africa or around the developing countries, is much harder because there are fewer universities, because the government cannot, the budget is not wide enough to build universities, for example, in every district. So it is much harder for some students to have to leave their homes and go in other cities and have to attend those schools because it's much more expensive. And also, still on this financial issue, it is when you are attending classes physically, you will need, for example, a laptop and a telephone, because you will, when you get off the campus, you will have to make these researches, but you are also expected to have books while in class so that you can follow along with the teacher. So it is not only much more efficient and much more accessible, but it is also cheaper, which is a thing that us developing countries in Africa really focus on.
So, how many people can afford to purchase those gadgets to use for online study, including those poor people in villages?
Okay, you're really going outside the boundaries that I offered. I gave the boundaries that we assume that the internet is as best it can be and everyone has the materials. But let me I'll answer the question even though it's outside of the boundaries. The government, for example, let's take an example of Rwanda. This country has started programs, even though it's not a rich country, but we have started programs to give laptops and lower the cost of internet for students. So, conclusively, I can say that it is a matter of fact that learning over the internet is much better than traditional learning, because aside from the facts that I gave, for example, in Africa, the level of literacy is now at 70%. We are way behind to the world average, which is 90%. And we have even seen this rise to 70% over the past 50 years, because over the past decade, because we have started using the internet to educate in universities and secondary schools. Students are much more keen to attending classes because they know that they can do it for wherever they are. So it is better because it is a proven fact. It's better because it has been working for Africa, especially. Thank you.
Judges, opposition, the government, I greet you all. And by names of Danato, leader of opposition, he is Honorable Aloysius, deputy opposition, Bambi, Honorable Bambi, member of opposition, Honorable Muiza, opposition whip. We come here to debate that this House believes that online education is better than traditional education. I begin by defining keywords in this motion. Online education is the system of education whereby studying is through online by using gadgets such as phones, laptops, among others. While traditional learning, this is where students interact with teachers in the classroom. So, my dearest judge, I come here very disappointed whereby the government can come with such resolution as that online education is better than traditional education really. Whereby we know that as we know that all of us, we don't have a capacity to access online. And so some people even can't afford to raise a small phone as Nokia of tradition. And so you are forcing them to raise money for buying gadgets. Maybe you are against your citizens. For us, the opposition, we are saying the class interaction. For us, we are saying that traditional education, whereby a student interacts with the teachers directly, helps students to understand more the content. It is effective that students can understand more because we know that all of us, we know that we don't have understanding capabilities, and so we have some lazy students, we have some slow runner students who can understand the content by consistent consulting their teachers. And so for you are coming up with this suggestion that we should adapt to online. The Prime Minister came here and said that the literacy of Africa is 7%. So if you said that it is 7%, this time it is going to be 0%, because some people are going to specialize in watching movies, they are going to specialize in doing everything that is contrary to education. And so where are we heading now?
Honorable Leader of Opposition, you come and you go outside the boundaries that were set by the government. We are talking, is online education much better than traditional education within when every student has the means and to access that?
I think everyone understands the motions. Another point is, we have these young children of nursery and primary school. A person who can't manage even to say that, and so you are forcing them online education.
Yeah.
Yes, and you force online education.
Yeah.
What are you teaching them? The person doesn't know how to call the father, and so you are forcing them online education.
Yeah.
I think this is against our citizens. My dear Judge, I want the government to come and address the way how it is going to enforce online education, how they are going to help poor people who can't afford to buy a book, even a book, who can't afford to buy a book, so that they can raise these gadgets to use them for online. Sincerely speaking, we have people, this government of ours have failed to improve even infrastructure of education, have failed to improve the education culture, and so they are adopting to other things which they can't manage control. Where are we heading now?
For information.
You continue to say that online.
POI.
I take it.
Yes. I just want to educate you that you said that kids nowadays, that someone who can even say that, how do we expect them to use online? But I want to educate you that kids who are just learning how to speak, they even learn music that they hear on the radio. They learn it. And even things that they see on television, they learn it.
And is that moral? Is that what a parent is teaching a child? Person who grows up singing. How many people? Maybe those are the people who are exposed to those gadgets. But which percentage? As we take an example of this country, Rwanda, which percentage can afford that online? Can afford those gadgets? My dear Judge, we continue to say that these things of introducing online education, it is improving immoral to our citizens. It is the way of improving immoral acts, whereby students will instead, actually at this tender age, whereby these young people are driven by their emotions, instead of focusing on education now, they are going to focus on otherwise. They are going to focus on pornographies, watching things which can't be recognized by in the presence of the Holy Spirit, I may say. So, with my dear Judge, with those few words, the Deputy Speaker will come and add.
Of judges, the government, and the opposition, we're really glad to have you today for more talks about online education and traditional education. My name is Narani Confident, and I'm the Deputy Prime Minister. And today, I want us to focus on online education. It is much better. I want to tell you that online education is really easy to access. As you say, it is efficient, as the Prime Minister said, and it is affordable. And the study materials are very available. My friend, there is ease access of research in no time. We don't have to go to the library when we're doing online education. We only have to open another tab of Mozilla Firefox. We actually now, as you know, the climate crisis has been a problem for us. My friend, I would like to tell you, and the panel of judges, I'd like to inform you that it is very easy for our environment to be successful, because to be a paperless area, because we will be dealing with technology instead of pollution of our continent. There will be improved student attendance. As we all know, you can really run late to come to school, but you cannot really run late to log in on your account to study. It is very easy. You only have to take breakfast, and in only 5 minutes, you can be in class in no time. So, as I would like to tell the opposition, you will come up with different ideas where you will say that there is more disadvantages. And for me, I would like to end those disadvantages before you come up with them. We will be talking about focus on screen that would kill eyes of students, that will cause eye blindness. Actually, the same way we have break time in class is the same way we can have a break time online. Only 15 minutes can spare your eyes and come back in class when you're freshly over everything, when your mind is ready, when your eyes are ready. You'll be talking about, wait a moment please. You'll be talking about sense of isolation. You cannot be isolated while using the best communication tools that we enjoy every day. We get jobs from them, we get other internal activities from them. Some of us earn money from them, so why can't we earn a great brain and knowledge from them? I will be talking about that the teacher training would really be hard. The same way how teachers will be teaching their kids is the same way how their trainings can be conducted online. It is really easy because the teachers won't be having problems once they have already started from the online activities. It would really be easy for them also to give the education online. I would like to inform our opposition when they arose a point of cheapness or maybe affordability, that our government was capable of bringing one laptop per child. They was able to bring Positivo, one laptop per student. It is also continuing, and we're implementing a budget of where we can not only give laptop to students and also increase the infrastructures in which students can learn online. And this shows me that opposing this motion shows me that you're not aware of the COVID-19 virus, where we are putting our children in danger, sending five-year-old students at school when you know in less than 3 days, one passed away because of COVID-19. If you put them in the same room when they're 15, I'm sure that not only one, but all of them might be infected on COVID-19. Please.
So you said that you have given to the society laptops, but all of the students that you are talking about, are they all connected to the internet?
When the Prime Minister set boundaries, we were talking about all those things, and the implementation of them starts step by step. And even if all students cannot have all instruments, it would really be great because we're implementing all those ways for all students. And this is why we brought this motion to be talked about and to find ideas on it. And numbers show that 20% have really enjoyed, and if we continue like this, 60% will grow up understanding the need of growth of technology in our world. There won't be a problem of learning Excel at school because they will not excel when they are young. Now the problem will be, actually the advantage will be not only creating computers, they will be creating other and innovating other industrial and so many technological devices. And actually I saw that you have undervalued talent of music, where you cannot learn music from the radio. Where else do you learn? Where else do you listen music from? So you have undermined the talent and the technology that we want, and you're not aware that we are in the vision and we are in the year of 2021, where we have to empower technology until next year. So, dear friends, I'd like to point out on what the Prime Minister said. The efficiency is the best way the teachers can deliver lessons and provide notes. I'm telling you about videos, I'm telling you about PDFs, I'm telling you about podcasts, and they can be accessed in no time as tools to extend lesson plans beyond textbooks. The accessibility of time would allow the students to access school at any location, at any time. Because of their parents, one might be traveling with the children, so it would really be easy if me, I would be studying from Dubai when I can study the same lesson plans here in Rwanda. The affordability, with this, there's a lot of payment. So please, gather everything and let's go for online education. Thank you very much.
Thank you, our honorable judges. Thank you, the government and the opposition. Thank you, our honorable judges, the Prime Minister, the government, and the opposition. My name is Kaitale Aloysius, and before I commence, protocol observed. It is very unfortunate that the House believes that online education is better than the traditional education. I will give my following views, but before I give my following views, I will commence by saying and educating the Prime Minister of what he said and what he gave. The Prime Minister had said it would be like, it would be so easy for the university, and assuming that everyone has the gadgets. It is very unfortunate and absurd that the Honorable Prime Minister assumes everyone has the computer or any gadget to go online, yet is not on ground. We all know here in the country that I cannot even call in Nyamirambo, just very near here, due to the internet or the network problems, that it is shaky while we are talking. That gives a view that online is impossible, just because even if we were just calling, it would not happen. I would like to give a view, before I go to my real points, I would like to give a few on cost of internet. We know we have people on campus, they don't have even a smartphone. They don't even call. How do you expect the individuals to carry on online lessons when they can't even call without even a smartphone? Hold on. I would like to talk about the confident issue about the break. This is so different with health. If you are looking at a screen and you are saying that you will be in a break of 30 minutes, 40, and then be back, we all know that usage of online or internet for so long has caused physical problems. Please, I'll pick you later. Has caused physical problems. This is to say that headache and nerve problems causing to obesity just because of sitting so much on online. It is far away different from our traditional learning, where you see a person and a person affects nothing on your health. A teacher is educating you. It's not like being on a screen and getting all that light. My honorable judges, I would like to give my points of view of what traditional education has caused and what it teaches to all of us and what it brings in our lives. Hold on, I pick you. Traditional education has caused exposure to ourselves just by the fact that we all meet the students of different types and with different credit and intellect levels, and the articulacy causes us to be exposed. Yes, I pick you.
Okay, thank you. You said that online education, traditional education increases the interaction between students and educators, but I would like to tell you that it's not, because online education increases attendance, so there is indeed more interaction with online than in traditional. So please, what's your thoughts?
I would like to inform the Honorable Prime Minister that one is so much damaging our culture and morals, where you think you will take someone on Facebook and you meet just from nowhere and meet and talk. That is not traditional. That is a person you are going to have in a few minutes. You don't know if he's a thief or if he's a threat or even he's a murderer, yet you are not one of those. I would like to talk about, I'll pick you. I would like to talk about my views, what traditional education has caused to our students. Traditional education or traditional learning has installed, discipline, this causing a manner of direction in our students, which cannot be in online. Online people, as the opening opposition said, that we have lazy and low learning students. You cannot go online like a person who is a low learning student or catches from so far, and you think you will learn. Traditional learning has caused us to interact with our teachers. Mathematically, you cannot tell me that you will calculate numbers that take 3 pages, 10 pages when you are online with a teacher. Practically, I would like to tell you articulator, I would like to inform the government that you cannot practically bisect a patient when you are online. That is offensive and blasphemy. I would like to thank you.
Please, I would like to inform you and educate you that when I was standing here on the issue of screen time, I wanted to tell you that there is a retina screen that prevents any eye damage when you're using the computers. Are you aware of it, or you're just destroying?
I would like to inform the Honorable that it is very unfortunate that he is not informed. People in the US are facing obesity and mental illnesses just because of sitting on the same screens as it says, which gives no difference from the online. I would like to inform the speaker that it does nothing, it changes nothing, someone still goes sick. He may not get sick of the eyes or any illness about the sight, but he gets nerves problem. My dearest judge, it is very absurd that we are having an online learning in the parliament. This cannot just remove our traditional learning, because I think the government just doesn't know what traditional learning is. I think, to my way, traditional learning is the one-on-one learning, which has caused so much from the students and the teachers to learn. With this traditional learning also emphasizes friendship and other moral behaviors. It causes co-curricular activities that cannot be done online. It leads to other things that are qualitative than online. I cannot believe one will be online and is supposed to have a patient who he will treat online. Thank you very much. The member of opposition will tell more about it.
Firstly, my name is Masa Olaikwe, and then before I can begin, I would like to say all protocols are observed. So, firstly, I'm on the side that we agree with the motion that says online education is better than traditional education. And then the reason why we said is the Honorable Prime Minister came here and then he told us that there are a lot of children that they can't even, children who are learning to talk, that they can't do online classes. And then, but I just want to let you know and then to educate this Honorable House that nowadays technology rules the world. And then you can see a child who is just learning how to speak today when he just heard a music on the radio, or even he heard something just to watch a video on the TV screen. Like, he will be able to know everything that have been said. Children nowadays, they are quick to learn. And then the Honorable Deputy Prime Minister for the opposition side, he came and then he told us that he said that how can you be able to calculate large numbers online? But I want to let you know that's why today we have the calculator. That's why even on the computer we have Excel sheets. Excel sheet is able to calculate any amount of numbers that you want. It's able to do any kind of math that you think you want. And then he also said that the mentor, I will take it for not now, I'm educating this Honorable House. So he said, he came and then he told, the Honorable came and he told us that it's online learning can cause a lot of mental illness and stuff. So I want to ask this question, like, how about the bullying at school? You see students when they are sitting in class, there are people, maybe the person will come, this person is not dressed well, they'll start to bully the person. So you think that can cause stress, that can cause mental illness. Then I will go back to the Honorable Prime Minister. He told us that there are a lot of immoral acts online, like pornography and other stuff. So I would like to ask this question again, how about the cheating in the classroom? Are they not immoral acts that are caused by a lot of people? Because those students who are sitting doing the traditional learning, like they cheat.
Point of
They
information.
cheat, but when you see, I will take it for nothing now. When you see people online you can be able to attend class online from the comfort of your home or even at your job. And then, will you think you'll be able to cheat at that point in time? You won't. And then we live in Africa today, wherein you see job rates, even people are not even able to even afford their school fees and other things. And then I want to educate this house that online learning, as we agree with the motion that says online learning is way much more better than traditional learning, because when you are studying online, you are able to multitask. You can be working at the same time you are learning. You can be even like walking on the street and then you have your earphones in your ear, but you are learning, you are listening to what the teacher is saying. And then you are able to do so many jobs to even pay for that particular fees. They came here and then they misleaded us, saying that, how I'll take you.
You say you can do multitasking. Why?
Yes.
Yeah, but you cannot do two things at the same time. It will distract you.
Man, yeah. That's why online, even the school we come here today, that I will take it but not now. Man, dear, even the school that we come here today is all about time. You have time for school, and then you also have time to work. And then if I tell you that multitasking, if you don't know what is multitasking, let me educate you. If I say multitasking is that you are able to even be at job when you have break, you can go to class. Nowadays, online courses, they give you the time to choose any course you want at any time you want to do it. But for traditional education, they will not give you the time for you to choose what you want to do at any time. In fact, you come to school, they will tell you just pay your school fees. And then everything that you are supposed to do for that module, at any time, they will give you your schedule. You need to follow that schedule. If you can't follow that schedule, you will be left out. Sit down, I'm educating this honorable house.
Point of information, madam.
So, I will also let for everyone to know that the studying online learning can be able to cause the retention rates to be high. Like we all know that the world is just from fighting with Ebola, and then now we have COVID-19. When we all sit in class, we have like so many students in class, and then you don't even know who is infected with the virus or stuff. But when you are studying online, even there can be 1,000 plus persons online, and all of you will learn effectively.
Madam, we need this person.
Also, I will take you for that now. And then we live in a world today that this retention rate, it has really improved our life. That even today, there are people who they have studied online, they have gained degrees, and then now they have good jobs because of online degrees. And they are able to walk into that place. They came here and then they misleaded us. They told us that how to study online is very costly and stuff. Man, dear, how can you say to study online is very costly when there are so many free courses online? You can study very free at your own cost. They also said that because of internet issue, everywhere that you pass, even our beautiful Kenya today that we have, even on the airport, you have Wi-Fi. You have free Wi-Fi that you can be able to access your online course. Even to the various government places, like you have Wi-Fi that you can be able to access. And nowadays, Wi-Fi is so free and affordable that you can be able to join with your friends, and then you can access Wi-Fi in your homes, at your job, to be able to get online learning. So to rest my case, I will just let this honorable house know that these people, they are misleading us, because they know that online learning is way more better than traditional learning. Thank you.
Good afternoon to you all. My name is Joseph Bombay. I'm the member of the opposition side. I'm standing here to counter this motion, which says that online education is better than traditional education. This traditional education that you are claiming, and that's this education which has helped the current president to be here and lead us to this better world. Thank you. So I would also like to emphasize this. When we are online, when a student is online, the student lack of interpersonal skill development. Why? Because interpersonal skill communication are that skill which help you to interact with people. When you are online, you cannot interact with people correctly because life is physical, first of all. So you have to understand this first. And online come like a tool. Online should come as a tool, not as a priority. I will pick you later. You just hold on. So, why we have also a problem of lack of memory. Students who are actually in online don't stay actually online don't have a good capacity to memorize. Why? Because they have this easiness of having everything in their telephone or computer, so that they don't search, they don't look for books to read correctly because they have everything on Google. That education, that's the one who helps our parents to educate us. Why? Because they are faced in the learning face-to-face interaction with the teacher, with the environment, which has between them, inside them, specific knowledge and specific skills to communicate with children and educate them correctly. So, actually in health, when you have so much time on your computer, on your device, it can be cell phone. There is blue lights which can drive you to eye strains, and eye strains later on will drive you to high fatigue, and that high fatigue will drive you to less awareness, which is a big problem. You will not be effective, efficient in your decision when you are in real life, because you are in high fatigue. You are spending too much time on your device.
Point of information.
With traditional education, we are meeting our potential. Because this face-to-face learning helps you to overcome some fears, overcome some inconveniences in your speaking skills. So you are developing a better confidence to face the world.
Very, very, very important and helpful. We all know that we all want to get education from the best institutions. With this online education, you can be sitting in Rwanda and you can be studying from a school in the US or another country that offers the best education. Not only that, I can be sitting home, I can be getting education in the University of Rwanda, University of Kigali. We also have that. Yes. And then you are coming here talking about the traditional education. Well, if you are good with traditional education, as of tomorrow, we are going to start using this online education. I would like to pose you a question. Will you be using the traditional? And if you are using the online, why are you against it? Because that's how you'll be getting knowledge. And okay, and then you came here to, as I will keep on coming on a thing you talked about morality, but I will also indicate you that morality has nothing to do with tradition, as well as tradition can bring some immoralities. We have drug addictions, we have sexual harassments, we have sugar daddies and sugar mummies, and that's all because of those traditional education of facing people. We all hear that. So I rest my case. Thank you.
Government side, opposition side, and the audience. Greetings to you. My name is Meza Ugomboka. I'm the opposition whip. Today's topic says about this house believes that online education is better than traditional education. So I came here to whip all the things that the government side has said. So starting from the Prime Minister, Mr. Gakwaya, says that it is more efficient using tools and video education, and also podcasts and audiobooks, and yeah. Let me tell you that not everyone knows about all these apps. Not everyone have no skills of using these apps that you're talking about. And also let me say that you said about accessibility of time and place.
Point of information.
No, we have no time for you to, when you're studying online, we just focus, you need to have those time management skills. You need to have that time, because remember that there is also a deadline assignments. So when they give you maybe a deadline assignment and you have no idea about, or you are not aware of it because of you had work, you cannot access to it. And also, let me tell you about the internet is big as good as it can be. I'll pick you later. And that as in this country, it's a country of 1,000 hills. We know we face a lot. Our personal issue is internet every day. When we want to access to the internet, you may find that at night you cannot access to it, or during the day because of too many people using this.
Point of information.
And for confidence, he said that lack of pollution and paperless. But you know, when this technology, when you say paperless, you forget about the dangers of technology, which include cancer and other diseases, and also addiction to it. You run late to school and attendance. You know, when you're studying in Zoom and you have bad network, and after the teacher say that you cannot, you were not around yet, you were around, but because of bad network, you cannot be there. And also no isolation. Let me tell you that most people are introverts because of not having interaction with others.
Point of information.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I'd like, when you started, you said about no one knows e-books, podcasts. I'd like to know, to inform you that no one of us were born knowing those things. Each and everything is a step-by-step, learning by learning. And this is why I brought the teachers thing. They're going to teach us everything.
Okay. And also, I would like to add that there are some students who had disabilities. They cannot see, they have deaf issues, they are blind. So how do you expect them to do e-learning? Why they cannot see? And also they talk about master. They say not cheating in schools. Do you know that many students can cheat online? Yes, you can also cheat online. You can also, take some sheet of paper and scroll around and write, and then you have the maths. And also you say multitasking. You cannot be at work and then for a break of 1 hour you go and study. It is not enough time. You're already tired because of the work. You have the stress, and how do you expect to learn like this? No, it cannot be possible. And so you brought about COVID-19. You can social distance and wear our mask and still study. Yes. The point is that traditional classes later. It requires self-motivation. When you're studying alone, using e-learning, you're studying alone, and it requires to be motivated. A lot of people can procrastinate because of some distraction, or you're at home or elsewhere, and you cannot easily study because of distraction, or at the house you have to do house management. So it cannot be possible. And also not all majors are taught online. How can you how can you teach
DOI.
nursing or agriculture or biology or construction online? Tell me how to do it. And also theater, how can you, maybe you're studying chemistry. Seriously, can you study chemistry online? Can you study construction? Constructing one with another and other mathematical issues, courses online. You cannot do it. You will be very unprofessional on the interview or where you're going to apply for a job. And so there's no interaction and no real dialogue, and as I said, it cannot be possible. Only online should be used as a tool in case of problems, but not as a tool as a priority of any time. So thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon again. So I was very happy to follow your debate. For Rio, it is a brain, fight. So I enjoyed it. And when I was allocating marks, that was very difficult. I want to give you over 40, while the 40 was the maximum. So that was one of the, my happiness today, to follow the way you were giving your argument, the way your, examples that you were giving from the research. It shows that you have read and you have done research in order, to get the facts. So that was very, very good. Another thing that I've liked for you is that you are not afraid to give your argument. So the delivery mode, the way you were arguing from each other, so it was amazing. So I was waiting to get a new fact, a new, researchable argument, and that was very well done from the both, opposition, even the government. But for improvement, if there is a big room that exists in this world, it is the room for improvement. So allow me, ladies and gentlemen, to give you just a few things that you can improve on. When you were discussing, I don't know where this come from, that you end up forgetting that the people you are addressing, they are vulnerable. You have forgotten that maybe. They are vulnerable. They are honorable Prime Minister. So when you are going to address, maybe honorable Prime Minister, remember, even if you are arguing and you are giving maybe a contradictory argument, but still keep being polite. Okay? So keep saying, please, keep saying, honorable member of the opposition, the same with the side of, of the government. Remember also that you have to keep that politeness even if you are debating. It doesn't mean you are becoming enemies. Okay. Yeah. In the same line, when you are, of course, I understand that if you take or you allow all interventions, that is going to to disturb you. But there is a way that you can, refuse the interventions by a polite way, and not saying, I don't know, I don't remember well, there's a lot of informal ways that you have been using, like stop, or just ignoring, or just, someone saying, I'm going to educate you, just sit down. No, remember, maybe someone that you're addressing is the Prime Minister, say, please, can you sit down? I will give you time when it is due, okay? Or please sit down, I still need some minutes to talk, okay? So that's the only thing that I've noticed, and I think if you improve on that, already you are good speakers, and if you improve on that, and then you keep doing research so that you bring arguments which are based on research, arguments which are based on the fact that will make you, the best speakers and the best debaters. And with that, I want, I will have no doubt that you can win even the national competition. Thank you very much. May God bless you.
First of all, I want to thank and commend everybody, all of you who have participated in this event. I want to believe that at this point we can say that we have all been successful. When I was talking to my bosses, we are evaluating how could we make this a possible event, how can we make it happen, depending on the circumstances whereby, as you all know, we are supposed to be at home, studying online, and all that kind of rush. It is very important for us to note that today we have made one of the key aspects that will ever be remembered in this institution, and one of which that we want to carry back as one of the experiences that we have captured in the event of today. There is nothing which is impossible as long as you have put your mind on it. So I applaud you all, individually and collectively, for your effort, for every part that you have added in making this a success. In 2018, there was no serious activities in the debate club. Somebody would say it may not have existed. But I cannot take credit without accepting that there are some members who, after my willingness to at least contribute to this club, they went head on to support this, and one of whom has been here today with us, has been a judge, and what she has done, and all the training that you've been through. I want to believe that you are so sure that you have gotten up to this level because of her contribution, and of course even others who have been coming in. So members, let us thank Mrs. Simwe Miriam for all what she has done for us in making this event a success, as long as Simon Peter, Alisa, and others of his cohort who managed to do their part. I want to believe that by now you know what they did. They participated in the inter-university and national level, and they even went to East African, and they did great. In fact, they made us all proud. And we hope that from you, today, we are going to get those who are going to participate in this year's inter-university competition at the national level. Well, going to today's debate, as I said, all of you are A+, all of you have done your best, and I want to believe that you have exhibited what you can. And I'm so happy that irrespective of the restrictions and all the challenges we had, you managed to put up such a very commendable presentation. I want to thank in a rather exceptional way the leader, the deputy leader of government, for all the commendable presentation, the commendable arguments that you brought on the table. Your presentation can be one of the aspects that brought you to be visible and identified. I want to believe the judges will also expound on that or even talked about it. You know, you came with some kind of composure, that kind of, you are placing a lot of emphasis on your points, but in a humble way, whereby you are not exciting even the opposition to jump up, you are not provoking them. It was more like it was a cordial argument, a cordial sharing of ideas, contrary ideas, but of which you are leaving even the opposition no chance to chip in and counteract your position. Now that kind of skill was exceptional, and I noted it, and I want to thank you so much. On one of the tricks that you did, you made sure that you bring all the points that you expected the opposition to bring, and then you broke them one by one. The most funny part, some of the points that you brought, the opposition never brought them at all, and at one point they seemed as if they were at loss of which points to bring. But of course, going to the other side of opposition, yes, I also want to commend the deputy leader, the deputy leader of opposition. He came and brought out the key aspects of opposition, culture and morals. You know, some of these can be the same, but the way he hit on them brought out a better argument for the members and later on the chief whip to drive their points and make a point and make a defense, if I can call it that, in defense of their position. I want to believe that the whips also did a very great job. I want to thank again the whip of our government whip. You also whipped indeed. You know, you came to make people cry. You made sure that every point that you bring it, you personalize it, and then you break it into pieces. You know, that was good. Of course, I thank you for that presentation. It was tough. Allow me to take this opportunity, of course, to thank the university management for all their support. I want to thank the Vice Chancellor. We have been communicating, and he delegated the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academics and Research, to come and stand in for him, so that we can perform the final part of this event. I want to thank the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academics and Research, Dr. Sanja, for being here with us, for taking part in this debate, and for overseeing all what was supposed, and of course what was supposed to be done. We thank you so much for all the time that you have spent with us, and I'm so sure, yes, there is a report that you can give to the person who delegated you on such an event. We thank all of you, the judges, our chief judge, Dr. Ngabonziza Amini. It is a pleasure. Thank you for doing that, and we hope that we can make this university great if we have such events that can make us proud and make our students feel and exercise their potential. I thank Miriam for being with us, and I thank you all the debaters. I thank the committee, the president of our debate club, the Guild Council, and every one of you who have contributed to the existence of this, to everything that took place today. I thank you so much, and I wish you a good time. Thank you.
The microphone is
lit. Ladies and gentlemen, this is for me it's a pleasure that I'm going to announce the winners. But as it has been said, you have done all your best, and you are all winners. So what I'm going to announce is just, the order, because even about the marks are very close. So for the panel there, it is only that we were obliged to rank what's the first or the second, but all of you, you are the winners, and I'm very happy that you have done your best. You have debated very well. Let's welcome our Deputy Vice Chancellor, in charge of academic and research. Yeah, before I announce the winners, please another round of applause for welcoming our. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to start with the group that had the deputy leader. They have done a very good defense. They defended well, and they got A 80%, and that is opening opposition. Please. So, the following is the group that they had very good cases. The case extension, I'm saying good case extension. I'm not going to, to mention people, but when you looked at the way they performed with the move points and the more explanation, that was, so they are taking the third position. That is the closing opposition. The second position is taken by those that have done, they have a good case extension with new points, and of course, they have done very well to refute the argument that were given, the counter, argument that were given by the opposition. And the second position is taken by the closing government with 87%. Ladies and gentlemen, now we are to the group. They had the case line, and I have to congratulate the deputy that supported very well with enough speaker points, and those ones are the opposite government are taking the consequences. Director of the language center is also the patron today to invite the guest of the honor to give and to award these trophies here.
So, without wasting a lot of time, I want to welcome our leader of academics, because this is part of the exercises that are held, brought into play that help students to better their academics. As a debate club and as its patron, I commend, first of all, the time that these students put into these practices and rehearsals to be A students. Because we see it 80, 80, 80, which is an A according to academics. And I want to thank that for the good performance. Ladies and gentlemen, I want at this particular moment to call upon our guest of honor to award, first of all, the best of the best. Remember, we have all the best, but the best of the best
of modern languages. Basically, this is one of the actions which we actually support. And just on behalf of the university, and basically, and this, on my own behalf, I want to say that the director, with all your team, this is so good, and this is actually encouraged for our students, and this also demonstrates the future, because we expect that our students, as they grow, they are also growing and being nurtured within this expression, that at the end of the day also deliver the same, because this is the process, the procedure which they are supposed to do. Thank you very much. I will continue to give some more remarks. Basically, of course, I will be honored and then allowed to provide this certificate in the respect of this particular occasion, rather the ceremony for that case.
Hey, congratulations, it's a celebration. Party all day, I know you've been waiting. Congratulations, it's a celebration. I just wanna tell you that I think that you're amazing. Congratulations, congratulations. It's your big day. Congratulations, such a big day. Hey, congratulations, it's a celebration.
And then basically this center, when it started up, I remember very well that the director, who by then was the dean, Dr. Wasaje, brought up the initiative of what we have. We set it with the very few students. I can remember her. We are among the competitors who competed up to East African competition, which was held in Kampala. Then after, actually we sailed through, and then at the end of the day, we're supposed to progress. So I'm urging the school, specifically the center, to still come up with very many new entrants. I've seen on board right now, it has grown up, but I want to encourage that let it, the branches be spread throughout the whole university. That you even get grasp of the graduate school. Yeah, you hold the graduate school and give them the mandate so that they can deliver the English properly to the stamina where we hold it. Yesterday I was on the press. I don't know anybody who listened the Flash TV. I talked about how of course one of the questions asked to me was, how is the University of Kigali handling specifically the students who are from Rwanda to compete, or rather in English upkeep? My answer was that we have got the Center of Modern Languages, which has got experts. It has highly qualified lecturers, of course being led by Dr. Wasaje, one of the experts. So I talked about the school. Then I'm sure this one here should be the message from all of you. When you go outside there, tell others that University of Kigali, we have what it takes. Our preparation, we mentor students to enter the system, to also go and practice as practitioners. You've seen what we are demonstrating. Very few universities around will do the same. But here, we are doing it, and as you can also see, you find that the way the university, we are having even students who are crossing all over from Africa, who are also being nurtured within the same forum. So this is what we encourage. And basically, on my behalf, I also want to thank the school, the center, and then in particular, I want to thank the lecturers who have actually been working hard to make sure that such like occasions are initiated, they are even groomed. So respectively, we shall give you the mandate, the support, because already you have what it takes. We have the systems, and this is one of the schools which had even generated and come up with a university TV. So even that time when a doctor was presenting at the Higher Education Council, it was really applauded that this is one of the good initiatives, because it's the only, we are the only university who have come up with such like an event and like an operation, which is nowhere. Even the systems of recording and whichever. Of course, one time I even came here with this Higher Education Council. When they were evaluating the university, I brought them here. They were really highly amazed to see that we have set up a center. Of course, when we move to the new building, at one time, this one here will be talked to have its own separate section, and then it will also have other machinery, and then the labs. Of course, we say that the lab, they will provide them a full lab which can in position to update, a group, to create, to develop, and then at the end of the day, to even post and upload. Yeah. Officially, I now declare the question completed and then closed. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, it's a celebration.